I want to bring back monthly favorite videos. We're going to be talking about a pretty wide variety of things in this video. Basically, favorites videos are where people talk about the items and things that they loved in the month. Probably a lot of these things aren't going to change throughout the months. However, I think it's fun to kind of talk about this stuff. We're going to be doing a bunch of different categories. First category is books. These aren't necessarily going to be my favorites. It's just that the books that I read in February and what I thought about them. 2 is beauty and skincare. 3 is fashion and accessories. 4 is any food, drinks, restaurants. 5 is entertainment. So TV shows, movies, YouTubers, things that I've liked watching this month. We can do like home decor, but that's really not going to change all that much because I don't really get a lot of home decor, so maybe that one's stupid. Fitness and wellness, tech and gadgets we can do, and personal highlights, so things in my life that happened in February that I want to talk about. This is going to be fun. Let's start with books. The first book I read in February was Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the 3rd book in the Empyrean series, the first being Fourth Wing, second being Iron Flame. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. I found that Rebecca Yarros' writing style just isn't really for me, and that's okay. That's okay. I think that she writes in a descriptive way, but it feels almost unnecessary for me, so I don't really resonate with it, and it feels like the book is dragging because of that. However, I like these characters a lot, and I like this story a lot. The ending was crazy. I did not see it coming. I think everyone who has read this book has had the same shared experience of reading that last line and then flipping the page and it's just the acknowledgements, and you're like, what the hell did I just read? And what is going on? There are some very emotional parts of the book. There are some very heavy parts of the book that definitely struck a chord in me. However, it's just that writing that kind of trips me up, but I had a good enough time, right? I also read The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. I gave this book 3.5 stars as well. I could not tell you what the names of these characters are, but I think I had a good time reading it. Like, it was entertaining enough to keep me wanting to turn the page, and the author does a really good job at leaving each chapter on a bit of a cliffhanger, so you're like, okay, I want to know what's gonna happen, so you keep reading. It's not that a lot of stuff happens in this book, but the way she writes it is engaging and does make you want to read more. Basically, we're following our main character, Lauren, and she has men coming out of her attic, and she doesn't know why. She goes on a night out with the girls one day and comes back, and there's a man in her apartment who claims to be her husband. He goes back up into the attic, and then another man comes down. That's the gist. So she's basically trying to grapple with which one's the right one. How do I know that this is the best one? Or is there ever going to be a best one? Or yeah, so it's really good in that sense. Like, it has a nice message, I guess, and a nice like theme. It felt like I was really enjoying it through the beginning, but then when you get to kind of like a little bit past the middle, it almost seems like we could have just cut like 100 pages out of this book and it would have been really good and really engaging, and it wouldn't have felt so much redundant, I guess. But yeah. Next, I read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I gave this 4 stars. I had a good time. These characters are likable but not lovable, I guess. They make some weird decisions, very questionable decisions, and I mean, like, that's the point, right? They're a bunch of rich people who kind of disregard everyone else in their lives and only think and care about themselves. But it's in a fun way, it's in an entertaining way. I also really like the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. I like that movie a lot, and I think that kind of bleeds over into the story when I read the book. I really like the imagery in that movie, so I think that helps me visualize this book, which adds to my liking while I was reading it. It's beautiful writing, beautiful prose, and I mean, they have those iconic lines where it's like Jordan Baker is an underrated character, by the way. She's cool. She's a cool girl. She says that line about the parties where I like large parties, they're so intimate, or whatever. Daisy's line about her daughter being a beautiful fool. Yeah, so there's just some really beautiful writing in this book, which is always a nice time. This book is the best book I read this month, Bunny by Mona Awad. I gave it 4.5 stars. The reason I did not give it 5 is because it is just so weird, but now that I'm thinking back on it, it's like, that's what's good about it, and I think I will give this 5 stars because I had such a good time reading it. I like those kinds of books that make you think, what is even happening? What does this even mean? How is this even like conceptually real? Basically, we're following our main character, Samantha, and she is an outsider, and she is in this prestigious master's program for writing. And there's a group of girls that are also in this program, and they call themselves Bunny. And like, each of them call each other Bunny. They're not the bunnies. Each of them are Bunny, if that makes sense. Basically, Samantha is very curious about them. However, Samantha's best friend, Ava, does not like the bunnies at all. So Samantha is, you know, she kind of does that thing where she's like, oh yeah, they suck, you know? And one day, Samantha gets an invitation from the bunnies to their thing called a smut salon, which is basically where they just read erotic fiction to each other, or erotic fiction that they made up to each other. And she goes, and some weird stuff happens, stuff that you're like, what in the world? And after that, Samantha's hooked. She wants to hang out with the bunnies all the time. They start calling her Bunny. She starts calling them Bunny. And yeah, it's just a whole lot of confusing, weird stuff. The bunnies are up to some weird, witchy, magical, occult type thing. And yeah, it's good. It's hard to explain, very hard to explain. It's weird, it's whimsical, but it's really good. The last book I read in February is Dune by Frank Herbert. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. Like, that's pretty good, right? I think that it just went like a little bit over the top of my head, like it skimmed the top of my head, right? Where most of it, I'm really into it, I'm really enjoying it, I'm having a nice time, and then some of it, it's like, it takes me out of the story when I have to flip back and forth between the glossary and when I have to remember the 3 or 4 different names that our main character has, or the 3 or 4 different names that our villain has. Like, it's a bit hard in that sense, and it kind of takes me out of the story a little bit, but I had a good time, and I liked a lot of the characters a lot. I like Lady Jessica, however, at the end, she gave me a very weird vibe. So I'm interested to see where she goes in the story and in the rest of the books. I watched the movies. That's part of the entertainment category, I guess, is I watched Dune Part 1 and Part 2, or I haven't finished Part 2 yet, but I started it, and I really like it. I think for me personally, with something like this, it is more enjoyable for me to watch it rather than read it, because I have a hard time picturing the world or picturing what's happening or who is who. And when I watch the movie, of course, that's easier because it's right in front of you. I still enjoyed it though and had a really good time, and I will read the rest of the books because I want to. All right, our next category is beauty and skincare. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products to show you. We can start with like body care, I guess. I got this new lotion. It is Q+A salicylic acid smoothing lotion. And I love this stuff. It smells really good. The scent is watermelon plus agave nectar scent. I'm really loving it. Like, I get these bumps on the backs of my arms and I feel like it's actually doing something to help get rid of them because they've actually gotten smoother. And this is one of the few products I've ever used that I feel like I've actually seen a difference with. So that's definitely a win in my book. Next we have my sunscreen. Love this stuff. It's the La Roche Double Repair Face Moisturizer UV Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Really, really, really like this stuff. I use it every single day, every single morning, and I feel like it just gives me a nice, like, natural glow because I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I don't wear like foundation. So I feel like it gives me that nice, just base glowy skin that I want all day long. And it's protecting you. A win-win. Last body product is my perfume. This is the Burberry something? I don't remember. It's Burberry perfume. My husband got this for me. He went on a trip to Austria to ski over winter break, which was like a couple weeks ago. And he brought this back for me, which is so nice. Because I needed a new perfume, so I was like, pick out whatever you want. And I trust you, but I love vanilla. And he got this, and it's like, it's perfect. I love it. It's mature, it's flowery, it has that hint of vanilla in it, but it still feels like fun and playful at the same time. Like, it's just really good. I am really loving this, and it might be a forever perfume that I wear all the time for the rest of my life. Next, we have one hair care product, and that is the L'Oreal Sublime Hair Enhancer. It's basically just a hair oil. This is the only hair oil I've ever really tried. Besides that coconut one, I can't remember the brand, but I used to use it in high school. And I liked that one too, they just don't have it here. But this one, it seems to do the trick. I use it after my hair is dried out of the shower. I will put this on, and I feel like it does kind of help to tame the frizz and define my curls a little bit more in the morning. I'm enjoying this, definitely enjoying this one. For makeup or like face products, the first is this Maybelline Sky High Purple Mascara. Yeah, you heard me right, purple? Or the color is actually Burgundy Haze, but I'm loving it. I don't even know if it really makes a difference between something like this and black. However, I just feel like it makes my green eyes pop a little bit more when I wear this color versus black. And if I feel like it's true, then that's enough for me. Last beauty product is a chapstick. It is the Hurrah chapstick. The place that I go get my laser done, it was selling these, and I smelt it. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells like candy. It's Almond Cardamom Rose Lip Balm. And it's so nice. It's like a oval shape applicator, so it goes on your lips really nice. And it's so buttery and smooth. When you have it on, you can like taste how good it smells. Does that make sense? You can, and as you wear it, you just have that nice like flavor and scent around you. I don't know, I just really like it. I've been loving this and I take it everywhere. It's constantly in my pocket. Okay, in the fashion and accessories category, I don't really do a lot of it. I don't know, like I don't really have a lot of things for this category. However, I love to go thrifting. So I thought that I would just show you if I had gone thrifting that month, what I got at the thrift store and why I picked it up and why I love it. First being this coat. I'll put in little like try on videos so you can see what they look like on. I had a big fluffy black coat like this. It was long, it went like down to my ankle and I loved it. It was so cozy and so warm and I felt like this felt the same way, but it is short. It's like the cool girl version because it's cropped. I had to pick it up. I think it's from H&M. It is their Divided brand, so I don't think it's really going to provide a lot of warmth, but it'll be nice to layer underneath it and it'll be just fine. It was only, I think it was like 99 kroner or something, which is like $10. So super good price. And then I also picked up this skirt on the same little thrift trip at the same store. And I just thought it was so pretty. Like, look at it. It reminds me of camo, but it has these really pretty flower and leaf designs in it, which I think is gonna be so nice for summer. Like, can you imagine this with just a nice little white t-shirt and some sandals? Like, that'll be really cute, right? I feel like I can wear it high-waisted, I can wear it low-waisted, whatever. It's gonna be really, really nice. And then the last thing that I thrifted, I'm actually super excited about. I've been wanting a red sweater like this, and I found this beautiful red cardigan. This doesn't have a tag in it. I don't know, but I believe it is wool. Yeah, it's 100% pure lamb's wool. I don't know if you can see that, but 100% pure lamb's wool. And when I see something that's 100% wool and it's something that I love the design of and I love the color, I just have to get it because it's so practical and warm to have here in Norway. I just loved it, and that's such, finding things like this at the thrift store is so fun. It's like such a rush because you know it's good quality, it's gonna last you forever, and it was only like $12. It was only like $12. It's just so much fun. Oh, and this skirt was, I think it was like 80 kroner. So that's like $8, $9. I mean, you just can't beat it. Pretty much my whole wardrobe is thrifted at this point, and I will never complain about that. It is so much fun for me to go thrifting and find clothes that way. I'm obsessed. Okay, next up we have entertainment. So movies that I've been loving. Like I said, I watched Dune, part 1 and part 2, and I really liked those movies. Like, I'm having such a good time watching it. I don't know if it's just Timothée Chalamet or what, but I just really like them. I really like them. I also watched Star Wars, the first one, and same thing. Just such a good time. Next, TV shows. The White Lotus, of course, I've been watching, my husband and I have been watching, and he loves it too. It's just so interesting and fun to watch and talk about, and it does something about The White Lotus that is so good is how good they are at creating those awkward situations where you're just like, oh, I don't even want to watch you guys talk about this because ew. But it's so fun and so entertaining, and this is a 3rd season, and they're bringing back some characters from the 1st season and the 2nd season that have a really interesting storyline, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I also started watching crap, what's it called? Severance on Apple TV, and I really like it. Wondering what's going on. I like the way it's filmed. It's another one of those kind of like weird sci-fi-y advanced technology kind of shows, but I'm really liking it. I've only watched the first episode, but I'm really enjoying it. YouTubers that I've been loving are Katie's Reading. I really like Katie's Reading. She has very cozy, just beautiful, aesthetic, nice videos, and I like her personality. She does a lot of cozy hobby things like crochet and knitting and reading. So yeah, I like her. And Books and Lala I really like as well. She is very creative. Her videos are always so entertaining and colorful and fun to watch. So yeah, and she always has really fun, original ideas for ways to read books. And yeah, I just think that's cool. For the fitness and wellness category, I don't really have much. I just started like a week ago, basically, trying to do some type of yoga or Pilates at night after my daughter goes to bed, because I just want to be able to move my body a little bit more. I love Pilates. Pilates is just so fun. It's such a nice, like, low impact way to exercise. Like, and I feel like it does a good job. Like, I'm sore even after just doing a 20-minute video on YouTube. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Tech and gadgets. Okay, there's only two things in this category. The first being this little guy. So I picked this up last time I was in the US and I love it. Watch. It's an electric lighter. It's from Target. It's that Joanna Gaines brand, Hearth and Hand or something like that. And watch. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's just cool. Like, how fun is this? You just flick it open. It's like an old-timey lighter, but electric? How fun. And you just charge it. It's literally just USB-C charged. That's all you do. But like, watch, I'll show you. What? Like, how fun is that? Yeah, that's that. And then the next piece of tech, my husband got me these for Christmas, and they are the AirPod Maxes. I wear them every day on my commute to work. That's what they look like. And I just think they're so pretty. I have the like orange, I think it's like Sherbert or something is the name of the color. Sound quality is great and they feel very substantial, which I like. I like my tech to feel, you know, worth it, I guess. My only qualm with these is that they are a bit heavy. I find that if I wear them for a long time, I start to get a headache. Almost like those tension and pressure headaches that you get if your hair is in a really tight ponytail, or if you're wearing a headband or something, you get that like pressure headache from it. And these do that to me if I wear them for a long time, or say I'm wearing them and I'm reading and I'm looking down, I will start to feel sore in my neck. That's really my only qualm, is that they're heavy and that they don't fold up better than this. Like, this is as much as they fold up, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, they're cute, they're pretty, and they sound good, so it makes up for it, really. That's it. That's really all of my February favorites. Personal highlights that I had this month, I don't think anything really good happened. Something really bad happened. I got the stomach bug, which was absolutely awful. I think it's the sickest I've ever been in my life. But yeah, personal highlights, not really. Just been a good, nice, cozy month. And if there's nothing except a stomach bug to complain about in your waking life, I feel like that's definitely a personal highlight in itself. That was fun. I liked doing this. I'll probably try and do this every month now if I have enough stuff to show you. That's it. See you next time. Bye.